How to create a magazine design in Adobe InDesign. Good day, folks, and welcome to the channel. I'm going to take you through the entire process when creating a magazine design using a wonderful tool, InDesign. So let us jump straight in. The first thing we're going to do is create a template. The way we do that, from your InDesign app, on the left hand side you will have new file. We click on that and you can see now you're going to open up a new document. So right over here you can see all your recents. We're going to go up to this top toolbar here and we're going to tap on print. This will give you a few presets and you can now select from these presets. So if you're going ahead and tapping on view all presets, you can see a bunch of actual presets that have been created over here. So these are basically just preset sizes. So if you're wanting to create something within these presets, you can go ahead and choose one from here. Now on the right hand side you can see that you have all your preset details. Now the first thing you want to start doing is naming your preset, and we can now name it whatever it is, whatever your magazine is about. You can even just say magazine 1 or magazine design, and we can now go ahead and start defining the actual space. So let's say perhaps we're going to use an A4, and this is more or less a typical size of a magazine, and we can now redefine those widths and heights if we would like to. You can also change the units of which you are working in over here. So we're going to leave that as is. You can now change the orientation, of course, and the amount of pages that we are going to start our document in. So of course, let us start with 3. We can always add in pages later on once we're sort of in a later stage. And then you can also change the start number. So of course we want to start on 1, and now you can have a look at columns and gutters as well as your margins. So you can either do this right here or you can do so in the actual design when we get into the point where we have our actual canvas in front of us. As a second option, if you would like to do something else here, we can just say close, and if we go into new file again, instead of going into one of these presets, we can go ahead now, and there are a bunch of templates over here, and you can choose one of these templates. Now let's say we want specifically for a magazine. We can go ahead over here at the bottom, there's a search bar. We can go ahead and we can type magazine over there and we can tap on go. Now what it'll do is it'll open up the stock that they have over here, and here are a bunch of magazine templates that you can choose from. You can now go ahead, choose whichever one you'd like, and some of them are included in your free trial. If you are running on a free trial, you can now go ahead and choose one of these, and then you can still fully customize this template to the way you want, but everything is pretty much set out for you. You just have to fill in and populate that magazine with your own information as well as your own images. We're going to go ahead now back to our new document. We're going to create one from scratch and we're going to hit create, and now you can see that this is what it looks like. So earlier on we had the opportunity to define some things about our pages, such as the columns and the rows, as well as that printable area right on the edge of your page. We can go now from here up into the left hand side of your toolbar and we can tap on layout. Right over here you can change some things such as your page options. You can add a page here, you can insert pages, you can move them around, you can duplicate your spread, and then you can also go ahead and there's margins and columns. So in your margins and columns over here, basically what you want to do is these lines over here, you can redefine the actual space that we can work in. So let's say perhaps we are going to make it just to 1 over there, and if you have this preview button over here enabled, you can see in real time what the changes look like while you're making them. You can also change the columns over here, so you can change that completely. So let's say we want 2 columns on here, and then the gutter is the space in between the 2 columns, so we can make that a bit smaller if we want to, and that's pretty much what that looks like. And then when you're done, you can go ahead and click on OK, and we now have some adjusted columns and some rows. We can now again go up into the layout panel and we can go ahead and we can tap on create guides. We can now create some guides for ourselves so that we will be able to actually work on our pages and we don't have to realign everything as we go. So rows, we're going to go ahead, we're going to tap on numbers, we can change the amount of rows that we have. We can also change the amount of columns that we have over here, and then again the gutter, which is in between your columns and your rows, that space over there. You also have the fit guides to either the page or your margins, so we can change that as we go. And then you can remove the existing ruler guides if you would like to, and once you're done with that, you can click on OK, and this is now what our layout looks like. We can start designing our magazine. The first thing you want to do is go ahead over to the left hand side of your toolbar, and you can see that there is a tool that looks like a rectangle with an X in it, and that is your framing tool. So you can right click on this and you can change the shape from rectangle to ellipse to polygon. We're going to leave it with rectangle, and now you can use your guides to actually frame your page for particular types of content. So we're going to go ahead and we can say perhaps we would like to put an image in here. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to frame that section over there. We are also going to frame this section over here. And then we are going to frame the bottom section on the left hand side. So now we will be able to put in some images over here. Now, to set up space for our text, we're going to go over to the left hand side and you can see that there is a type tool. We're going to click on that, and if you right click, you'll see that there is a type tool and a type on a path tool. We're going to leave it at the type tool, and now you can frame where you would like your text. So let's say perhaps we would like our text over here. We're going to use this space over here, and then we're also going to use this space over here. And we're going to leave that just as is. Now you can see that you have text in these two spaces, and then you have space for images over here. We're going to now go over to the left hand side and we're going to select our selection tool. We're going to click on that and we're going to click the first text box over here. Now let's say that we would like to have this text flow into this text over here, into this text box over here. We're going to go ahead and make sure that this first text box is actually selected. We're going to go ahead and just at the bottom there is a block which you can click on, and it'll bring up somewhat of a little play button or a triangular button inside of that block. You can now go over to the text box where you would like to link your text to, and you can click down, and this now is actually linked to that text box. The next thing you want to do, just so that you can start populating your page, is right click on any one of those text boxes, and you're going to look over here for an option that says fill with placeholder text. And once you click on that, you will see now that the text from the first text box carries on into the second text box. You can continue to do this, and as you go throughout all of your pages, you can frame all of this so that it actually starts to look like something. So now we have the opportunity to populate our image boxes over here. So what we're going to do is go up to File on the left hand side on your toolbar, and we're going to look for an option that says Place. So you can also search Adobe Stock. You can also place from your CC libraries, and you can import from XML format and a PDF format. We're going to go ahead and we're going to say place, and now you can go into your desktop, your computer, your laptop, whatever device you're using, and now you can select the image that you would like to enter into your magazine design. We now have this image over here on our cursor, you can see so, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put it in the space that we want to just by clicking down, and you can see now that the image is in here. Of course, you can see that the image is not properly formatted. So now that you have your image still selected, we're going to go down to the properties on the right hand side, and you can go ahead all the way down to frame fitting. Now you can see that there are a few options over here, as well as if you click on the options tab, there are some additional options. You can see now that there is a fill frame proportionally, fit content to frame, fit frame to content. you can center your content, and then you can have the content aware fit. You can go ahead and see which one is going to suit you best. Right now I'm just going to use the last option, which is the content aware fit, and basically you can see that now this image is properly in proportion and it looks good. We can again go ahead by using the blocks on the edges of your image. We can change the size of the actual image itself, and then also if you're going over to the corners, you can actually rotate the image itself. So you can change that image completely just like that. And once you've sort of managed to edit your image accordingly, you can go ahead and you can repeat that process and enter in the images on the next block over here and then the next placeholder. Once you have populated your magazine design, you can go ahead up to the left hand side. There is a file again, and we're going to go ahead and you can either say save, you can click save as, you can save a copy, and this will basically allow you to save this to your desktop or the device that you're working on. You can now also go ahead and say export or share for review, and you can have somebody else review the magazine design. And if you're tapping on export, you can now export it either as a PDF or you can export it directly to a printer, and you can have your print done immediately. If you go down over here, you have some print presets and your printing options over here, so you can go ahead and define all of these options for your print. And once you're done, you will have a magazine design. You can now actually use this as a template to continue to use the same design on multiple magazines. If you have more than one edition, of course, you can use one setup and just change up the actual information that is on the magazine page by page. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to drop us a like. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos, and we'll see you in another one. Cheers for now, folks.